Where were you on 9/11? So I was 9 months pregnant, and at the time I was married previously, and my husband at that time was in the Army, and he was serving for the 3rd U.S. Infantry, the Old Guard. They served on Arlington National Cemetery, and so we lived on base. And our base overlooked all of Washington, D.C. So from the top floor of our high rise, we could see the Washington Memorial, the Capitol, the White House, all of it. It's kind of, we were kind of up on a hill. And the Pentagon was a mile from our high rise. So I was 9 months pregnant, and I was sleeping in that morning. He had already gone to work. I knew they were going to be doing riot training that day on base. So when I was hearing choppers overhead, I thought that it had everything to do with that training that day. And so then I was getting phone calls from my friends, like, turn on the news, you need to see what's happening. And I just kind of started freaking out. And so did the rest of my family. They started calling. They didn't know if Kevin, my ex, was on a mission that day, because sometimes they get sent out to go do ceremonial missions around the city. And but he was on base. And so he called, told me, stay put. They locked down our base. I couldn't go to my doctor appointment that afternoon. And everyone just kept saying, stay calm. Because like I said, 9 months pregnant. And it was just a surreal time living a mile from the Pentagon, not knowing if our base was going to be a target next. The Joint Chiefs of Staff lived on our base. And so we just didn't know. And so I went to the top of our high rise so that I could see more clearly what was going on. And I took these pictures. And I won't forget, because I just remember being sad, knowing that the world that my oldest child was coming into was forever changed. The innocence was gone. And it was a dark, dark place, a dark time for him to be born. So I thought I'd share the story. Where were you on 9/11? I know everyone remembers. And I think it's just, sometimes I like sharing on social media, not just to share with all of you and to connect with you, but someday when I'm gone, my kids can look back at all the stories I shared. And so this is a little piece of history that they can look back at and see my perspectives and my memories and the things that I lived through in our history. So we'll never forget.